877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It's been impressive all week long in this extreme move to the upside, and a lot of it really coming from technology, coming from semiconductors, coming from biotech earlier in the week when we were up as strong as we were on Wednesday. It was a powerful day there. So there's a lot of different areas of the marketplace that are participating, which I think is a good thing. It's good to see the broad participation. We've even had the financials actually kick in a little bit, along with the industrials. So
I'll tell you what that means. He's wrong. What we had was a short covering rally, and what we had was a relief rally, meaning that the reason the market went up 7% this week, the S&P and the Dow, is because the big institutions were delighted that we're going to hold on, the Republicans are going to hold on to the Senate. And that means all the Marxist plans that AOC and the rest of the Marxists are going to be put on hold, at least, because they're not going to be able to get through the Senate. So Bernie Sanders, AOC, and that whole Marxist group, they're not going to be able. I don't even think they'll be even get. They won't even have the opportunity to raise taxes. So that's why everybody was excited. That's why the market went up. It was emotion. The market is emotion. That's, again, remember, the market has nothing to do with the economy. And I told everybody, and I told my members, you're going to see this market rally. The market has a tendency, no matter if it's an interest rate cut, interest rate hike, or an announcement like what we're going through now with the politics, it always goes the wrong way first. It always does that. It goes the wrong direction first, then it finally will settle down and then correct itself and go in the right direction. But this has nothing to do with the economy. Now, the proof is, look at gold. How many times have I been saying, you've heard me on the air, saying gold, watch gold, gold is going to go through the roof. Gold is going to go through the roof. I've been saying this now since January. Don't put gold down. It's going to go through the roof. Matter of fact, I keep reminding my gang members, I keep showing them on the charts that gold has outperformed all 11 sectors. They would say, they'd email and say, oh, gold is doing terrible. I said, let's put it up on the chart. Put it up on the chart. Put it against any one of the sectors, even the FANG stocks. They've outperformed it. Gold's doing terrific. Now, the thing is, I'll explain why gold's doing terrific, but first, I get a lot of questions. What should I be in? Should I be in gold stocks or should I be in mining stocks? And I told you before, always go to the mining stocks, especially the juniors, and I'll explain why. Because you get a much bigger bump, you get a much better value with mining stocks, especially the juniors, than you do a slab or a hunk of gold. Because the beautiful thing about mining stocks, they're businesses. A slab of gold is not a business. Bullion is not a business. And so Wall Street will value miners 20, 30 times more than gold, especially the juniors. Now, the reason for that is, if you remember how Cisco grew and how Oracle grew and Apple grew, they grew by going out and buying up all the small companies. I mean, I remember, for God's sakes, with Cisco, it was buying like, what, 12 to 13 companies, small companies a week. Why? Because the small companies are where the innovations come from. Small companies have more patents. They're the innovators. So it's less expensive for Cisco or Oracle or any of these companies to go in and buy these small companies, the innovators, where they get their patents. Then for them, it's more costly for them to try to be the innovator and go in and try to develop these patents. Same thing with mining. When you have mining stocks, the beautiful thing about them, they're a company. They have earnings. And the beautiful thing about miners is that, especially the juniors, the small ones, is once they discover their gold and they start taking it out of the ground, it's a beautiful thing because their expenses now are contained. They're fixed. And everything they pull out of the ground from there goes right to the bottom line. Example, I owned oil companies, not drillers, but retail oil companies. And it was a beautiful business because once your costs were fixed, and you bring on more retail customers, they cost you, the profits just went right to the bottom line. Because once all I used to take over companies that were in trouble, and I'd turn them around. And so I'd go to the banks, or the banks would mostly call me because I had a reputation back then that I could turn companies around quicker than most. And so once you start turning these companies around and you build them up, when your costs are fixed and the profits go to the bottom line, then the big boys would come in and buy my company. They buy my company because they're so big. It's like big companies like turning to Queen Mary. A small little company, it's like a speedboat. You can turn it quickly. So I'd go out and find all these companies that are in trouble, all these little companies. I'd find what's wrong with them. Usually it's marketing. Two things that these small companies always fail. I don't care if it's oil or anything else. Lack of capital, and they don't know how to target their market. It's like they go out and like buy a billboard. That's not target marketing. So anyways, my point is, so gold is a beautiful thing. The juniors is what you want to look at because it's the juniors that are going to not only benefit from being purchased, but before they're purchased, their earnings go up and they put on, the market will give them a multiple of 25, 30 times that of a slab of gold. That's how it works. So gold, also the thing that gold is going up is because right now, the debt The inflation. I mean, our debt is massive. Massive. And our inflation, everybody says there's no inflation, 2%. What are you, nuts? 2% inflation. Now, you and I both know that is ridiculous. There's no 2% inflation. How can it be 2% inflation when the stock market just in the last 4 years went up 70%, while the economy went down 40%? Nobody ever talks about that. The economy going down 40% while the stock market was going up because the economy was destroyed. Because all that this administration worked on was again they would just simply work on getting stocks to go up higher and higher and higher because remember Larry Kudlow and Steve Moore, as I told you a million times, I knew he was going to lose this election. How long have I been saying this? Unless they fired Kudlow and fired Moore, that he would lose the election. I said that after he was in office 6 months. Because all they focused on was the stock market. But we're going to talk more about gold when we get back. And when should you buy gold? When should you consider going and get your gold? We now know you better go get the junior miners. That's where you're going to make your money. Be right back after this.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, we're going to still have a lot of volatility because of all the lawsuits and everything that's going on. Also, remember, there's going to be a tailwind. There's going to be a tremendous amount of stimulus. There'll be probably about $3 trillion because with Pelosi at the helm and Biden, the president, they're going to do massive stimulus so they can bail out the Democratic cities and the Democratic governors who are just been destroying their cities, their towns, their states for years. For years, they're terrible managers. They spend. They're just terrible managers, and you and I now are going to be propping them up. And that is going to help move the stock market up. This entire stock market for 12 years has been stimulus. For the last 4 years, it's been total stimulus. Since March, it's been stimulus. I mean, think about the stimulus, what it does. It destroys the economy from within. Since March, remember, they put in the last 6 months, $3 trillion they put it in the money supply. But remember, it's not the money supply that's the inflation, okay? It's not, everybody thinks because they put more money in, that's why we get this inflation, this tremendous inflation. Remember what inflation comes from. I'll use an analogy. It's how many times you turn the dollars over. It's like if you own a restaurant. If you own a restaurant, you want to turn those tables over like 10 times or 20 times during the night. Because if you turn your tables over 5 times, you're inflating your business, right? Doing better 5 times. If you turn those tables over 10 times, 20 times that night, you inflate it even more. Your profits inflate. Everything. If you can turn those tables over 50 times during the night, you're going to make a tremendous amount of money. But that's same thing with inflation. When people, you can print all the money you want, put it in a system, but if people aren't using it, it doesn't mean anything. You got to be using the money, okay? And where they go out, like for example, look what happened with the housing market. We got one of the biggest bubbles in housing ever. And I've told you, you should have gone to your site, go find a chart somewhere, and if you're going to go out looking for a home, put up Hovanian, or put up any of the builders. Put up KBH as an example. And when you put up KBH and you go out and you see all these people buying new houses, and they're all at the model centers, and everybody's looking and everybody's all excited because you can buy a house at 2.6% interest rate. If you go to your chart, put up KBH or Pulte Homes, those home builder stocks are collapsing while you're out building a house or buying a house. It's telling you, don't buy the house. It's inflated because the market's forward looking. So the housing stock's declining. It's telling you, don't buy a house. You're paying too much for it because the market's forward looking, and it's saying out in the future, if you buy this house today, you're paying 20% too much for the house because we created this false demand through this inflating prices, through dropping interest rates to 2.8%. That creates that false demand. It's not real. And you're going to have to it's going to collapse. So gold right now is identifying that we have inflation, we have a recession coming. That's what gold tells you. There's a recession coming. When inflation rises, remember, the value of our dollars go down. And think how much they've been inflating the stock market alone. So when inflation rises, the dollar drops like it's doing, and I told you this would happen, and investors then purchase gold, not dollars. And remember, gold is a hedge against inflation. That's why they're buying it. That's why they're buying it. Now, deflation, okay, is where, again, we're not experiencing deflation. We will at some point, but gold drops when there's deflation, meaning that when there's no more demand, then prices start dropping, deflating, okay? But sometimes, too, it doesn't matter. Sometimes gold, it's funny. When we have deflation, sometimes people will go to gold anyways because it's a safe haven. But inflation, you definitely want to be buying gold. Deflation, I still buy gold. Especially when you start seeing an inverted yield curve. When you start seeing it, like I do this every day for my gang. I look at the 10-year Treasury, and then I look at the 3-month Treasury. Or you could look at the 2-year Treasury and the 10-year Treasury, whatever you want. But let's say you look at the 2-year Treasury and 10-year Treasury, and when you start seeing the 2-year Treasury starting to go up, the yields are going up, and the 10-year Treasury, the yields are going down, that's bad news. Better start buying gold, because that means it's an indicator there's a recession. So when you have an inverted yield curve, because remember, if you're going to go out and loan money to the government, you're going to want to loan it for 10 years and get the highest yield you can. But when you can get a yield that you normally have to go 10 years, but you can get it on 2 years, that means it's inverted. So that means there's a recession, and that means go for gold. Go for gold. So we got a lot of reasons why to buy gold. Now, is the market going to crash right now, this moment? No, because again, we're going to get this slam of stimulus. They're going to come in and put all kinds of stimulus in. They're going to do, as I say, maybe $2-3 trillion. There's also going to be an announcement of vaccine, which she's going to take credit for, Biden, and that will move the stock market up. So the market is still going to go up. Okay, but the gold is going up because it's telling you, gold is looking forward, telling you there is a recession and there's a market crash coming. So I would say that, join my gang, and we'll always make sure that you're getting into gold, the juniors, when you should be, or silver. We're in silver right now too, but it will always guide you when to get in, when to add to your position, when to get out, when to run like hell, and guess what? And to short it when it starts going back down. You're going to have a comfort level. It doesn't matter to you if gold's going up or down, or even a stock, because we make sure you have the same comfort level all the time. Be right back. Remember St. Jude, please.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Join my gang, 10 days free. You get your color-coded chart and a membership, and you should join because gold is going to do well. It's going to do better than well. The dollar is going to totally collapse. Now, it's going to take a while. You got to be patient, and it's going to be volatile. You got to be patient. But if you're with us, you haven't got to worry about that because, again, we know when to get in, when to get out, when to add, all by our color-coded chart because we follow the money. Talking about that, this week, so many people got hurt. They're in there buying stocks because stocks were rallying because everybody got excited. All the big institutions, everybody got excited because of the Senate is going to block the Marxist, not the Marxist, can't think of the word now, not memorandum, but anyways, what is it? Yeah, the Marxist agenda. So they're going to be able to block it. I don't even think they're going to get a tax hike. So everybody got excited. So here's the problem. Let's take, for example, Lowe's. Now, Lowe's was dropping, okay, it was dropping from around 180 down to 155. And we were short Lowe's, and we're still short Lowe's. Now, then it turned around and started to rally with all this election news and everything, that the Senate is going to be in control by the Republicans, and it rallied from 155 up to 168, and people were jumping in. They're buying it. But on my chart that we designed, the color-coded chart, we have a trend line. And what does a trend line mean? It means that it identifies that the money was coming out of the stock while the candlesticks were going up. And our candlesticks were red, telling you to stay out. Anytime you got a stock and you're going to buy a stock and you see it going up, and you got green candlesticks on it, it's going up, you have no clue. You got to make sure that if your stock's going up before you jump into it, is the money going up? Or is the money going down? If the money's going down, that means money's coming out. In my chart, which we designed, that nobody else has, they better not, it was showing clearly money was pouring out of Lowe's while the stock was going up. Now the stock's turning around, starting to come back down. They were all doing this. KBH Homes, same thing. We're short KBH Homes. It dropped from $40 or $41 down to around $32. We got a beautiful short out of it. And then it started to rally from $32 up to around $36 and buying it. But my chart showed that the institution, their money was coming out while the stock was going up. These are called head fake rallies. Well, guess what? The stock has already dropped. It was around $37. Now it's at $33.91. It's coming all the way back down. I can go through every stock that was doing that. Every stock was doing that. They all started to rally in this big, feel-good mood. And then what happened? They're all going to come back down. That's why it's important, before you get into a stock, you identify. Just because the stock's going up, you got to identify what direction is the money going. And my color-coded technology chart shows you that. And if you don't believe it, I'm giving you a chart for 10 days free. And by the way, we're having tomorrow and Sunday our new Team Trader Academy, Volume 1. This is our new Team Trader Academy, Volume 1. And you're going to have the volume archived for 3 months. So that's about $40 a month. $40 a month. Are you kidding me? $40 a month, that's it. And why do we keep our price so low? So if you do well, you'll remember St. Jude. Competitors of ours do the same thing for $2,500. What are you, nuts? Now, we're filled up. We know that. But we always have cancellations. So if you go into our site, try to get in, and if there's a cancellation, you'll be able to. We had 3 cancellations this morning, and then they got filled up. So I'm sure we're going to get more. You always get cancellations. So just keep trying. And it's going to be comprehensive. It's going to cover for the next 3 months everything you need to know, like what I just told you. If you just knew that, if that's the only thing you've learned, which I'm going to show tomorrow, if stocks are rallying because of some news, everybody's excited, and the money is coming out instead of going in, yes, stocks can go up as the money's going down because the market makers can move the stocks up. The specialists can artificially move the stock up. They can do it with stock buybacks, move it up, even though the money's flowing out. So those are the kind of things that you need to know. Now, the other thing is that a lot of the stocks with the stimulus that you want to be in, example, is McDonald's or Starbucks. Now, Starbucks, we've been in for quite a while. Now, Starbucks, if it starts breaking out, gets above, let's say, $94, that's going to be a terrific start. Because anytime you have a stimulus, people are going to go to Starbucks, they're going to go to McDonald's, they start going to restaurants. See, this is what you're going to learn. And this is what people are going to learn with my Volume 1. All these things are going to be in that. What stocks you should be in at certain times. Also, you should know about what happens when you start seeing your 2-year Treasury. Let's take your 2-year Treasury. If your 2-year Treasury is starting to go up in yield, and your 10-year Treasury is starting to go down in yield, which that is called an inverted yield curve, that means we're going into a period of recession. We're going into a period of recession. So what should you be in? What stock should you be in? Should you be in gold? Should you be in silver? And let's talk about gold for a moment. What people don't understand about gold is so undervalued, it's incredible. It's the most undervalued commodity in the world. Think about it. Because when you have gold, okay, let's say, for example, gold, for every dollar, we have something like global money that's sitting out there. We have, like, here in the United States, like 6 trillion. I think all over the world there's like 30 trillion. We have like 6 trillion. But remember, that's paper. That paper is useless. It's worthless, right? Okay, well, the only thing that should be backing up that gold, that paper, should be gold. Now, let's pretend for a second you have this $30 trillion in paper dollars all over the world. Well, if you think about it, if you take and back that with gold, which you should do, if you back that with gold, then the gold price, okay, the real gold price should be somewhere around, I don't know, somewhere around $10 trillion. We should have about $10 trillion, right? Or 14, 15 trillion dollars. I mean, gold right now, what's it today? I have to look up and get the price of gold today. But gold is so undervalued when you think it in those terms. When you think of that terms, if you took every dollar around the world that we have, the currency, and you backed it with gold, it's 1955. So think how it should be. Gold should be, my God, it should be not 1955. It should be around, I don't know, $30 or, in other words, it just should be so much higher. It's incredible how gold is so undervalued. And gold will catch up. It's going to catch up. Believe me, big time. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. My producer just told me there's 34,000 tons of gold, meaning when you say gold, official gold, which is, the banks and the central banks and let's say the officials, okay, the official entities that own gold. So there's about, if you add it up, there's around 34,000 tons of official gold. Now, if you look at the price of gold, we're at $1,954. Now, let's say they were going to start backing the dollar with gold like they used to. So let's say you took, you took 20%. Say you took 20%, okay, of that 34,000 tons. So that would equate to about gold prices should be about, if you extrapolate that, gold prices should be around $7,000. And that makes sense. That's if you only backed the dollar with 20% of the outstanding bullion that's out there. So that means you can see how underpriced gold is. It should be at least $7,000. It's at $1,954. So my point is there's such value in gold. It's so undervalued. There's going to be a great potential because why is it going to be great? Because the debt that we have in this country is just unthinkable. It's massive. It's massive. And we've been propping up our whole economy for 12 years with quantitative easing, zero rates. And now that you got Biden taking over, the economy's going to get even worse than when Obama had it and when Trump had it. When I say Trump, I'm talking about the advice he got from Larry Kudlow. I mean, think about it. 4 years, market goes up 74, 75%, and the economy went down 40%. I show my members that all the time on a chart. How could that be? How could you have the market going up and the economy going down? Because you're sucking out of the economy all this money that you're putting into these stock buybacks instead of taking the money and putting it into the companies to produce stuff, to increase production. They haven't done that in the last 4 years. And why haven't they? Because the advice of Larry Kudlow is just keep moving the stock market. The people don't know the difference. It's just like when Obama pushed through health care, he said, we can push health care through because people are stupid. They're not going to catch us. They're not going to catch us. He and the architect actually said that. I don't know if Obama did, but we do have on record the architect who worked this Obamacare out came out and said the only way we could get this through because we relied on the American people being stupid. Isn't that amazing? So what we got to do right now, and I'm telling my gang members, and I'm begging you, who are not a gang member, don't start chasing these stocks because this week the market went up 7% because it was so delighted that at least we held on to the Senate, had nothing to do with anything else than that. And now those stocks are coming back down. And 99% of the people who bought stocks this week on that 7% rally, they bought exactly at the top like they always do. Now they're going to lose money and they're going to say, oh, the hell the market's no good. No, the market's the greatest place in the world. There's no other place that has so much liquidity that you can buy a stock in a split second, change your mind, and get out. You buy a house, you can't change your mind in a second and get out. Same thing with a car. The beautiful thing about the market. And with the technology we have today, like my color-coded chart, which again, you get for free for 10 days, for heaven's sakes, you'll see that it follows the money. And the beautiful thing about it, it tells you when it's going to go down, and it tells you in advance when it's going to go up. And take POS, for example. Take Tiffany. If you take Tiffany, I had my members getting Tiffany. Everybody thought I was nuts. Tiffany dropped from $128 down to $108. Then went from $108 up to $114. Everybody said, well, we should get in. No, don't get in yet. Because it was going up, but money was coming out. It's easy to push a stock up as money's coming out. It's the specialists, the market makers, they just raised their bid. Then it turned green. And we bought it when it was around $115, and that was somewhere around October 1 or 2. And it rallied from about $115 to $131. That's a nice gain, a 14% gain. Then we took most of our profit because the chart told us we finished the sweet spot. Now, when a stock goes up, just think of point A and point B. It tells you, it shows you right in the chart where the sweet spot is, where the most money goes into the stock at which time. So from point A to point B, it has this little trend, and it shows you when you're at point A, when it gets up to point B, get out. Even if the stock keeps going higher and higher, no, get out, because you've reached the maximum point where you have the safest, you have risk off, and you're going to, if you do that, you'll always be getting good returns. Always be getting good returns. And it'll be steady. But the better thing is when you turn, it's going to turn around and go back down. And you make money on the way back down as well. Look, I know everybody is, everybody who went for Trump is disappointed. I get that. Yes, he's going to lose. I get that too. He's going to fight, but he's not going to be able to pull this off. But everything happens for a reason. But think what he has accomplished. Going through all this impeachment, who could have done what he did? He's got what, 4 or 5 Nobel Peace Peace Prize. Okay, and think of what he did. Nobody got 5 of those or 4 of those, and he got those. Why, he's being impeached. Think about it. He had his own attorney general trying to screw him. He's got his FBI trying to screw him. He's got his own CIA trying to screw him. He's supposed to be the most powerful man in the world, and he's not. The FBI is more powerful. The CIA is more powerful. Both attorney generals have now screwed him. They promised him they were going to release all the evidence they had on the FBI and everybody who was involved with Hillary Clinton, who tried to put a coup together. But he went through all this, and he's still doing business. He has accomplished more than any other president ever. He's accomplished it. And you sit there and you wonder, how in the hell he's out there running, he's out there doing all these things, he's campaigning 5-6 places a night, and we got lazy Joe sitting there sleeping. He's not even out campaigning. Because they knew something. They had something up. They knew that Trump was right. That mail-in vote would kill him. And that's why Biden never went out campaigning. Very little. He stayed home. They never went out campaigning because they knew they had the election rigged with all the mail-in votes. And don't tell me it's not rigged when a court orders, tells the people at the voting the voting areas voting polls that, look, you got to let these people come in and watch. And they said, no, we're defying the court order. Well, why wouldn't you want them to come in and watch? If you're doing something, if you weren't doing anything wrong, why would you say you can't watch? You only tell somebody you can't watch because you're stuffing the ballots. And look what happened. Two nights, the same night, after 2 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, 2 million new votes, 2 million votes show up, I don't know where, I think it was North Carolina, 2 million votes showed up in Pennsylvania, and they had these big surges. Am I right? It was around 2, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. These big surges, like, I think it was Pennsylvania and Arizona, they got these, like 2 million votes came in within like an hour, like 2 in the morning. What are you, nuts? It's unbelievable. But anyways, look, I'm glad the election is over. Now I can go back to finance. Help you make some money, or at least make sure you don't lose money. See you on the charts. Have a great weekend.
You have been been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to